Oh, are you actually going to tape up that light?
Yeah, because Alex is such a diva.
You see what your bitching gets?
That was literally a bit.
Exactly what you want.
He's right.
Yeah.
You should bitch more.
You got to be more insertive.
Beep, beep. I don't like that.
Be more assertive.
I think that's an attack
Not
on
insertive.
Alright, happy?
I know I was fine before. I was a bit.
Can we
completely
start the
a
show
bit.
now?
We could have started.
My client only wants
Can we
orange
finally
Skittles.
get this train going?
I mean, we could have.
Alright, thank you. Alright, I'm here with my buddies.
Yo!
Alex and Brennan.
Oh, such
What's up? And this is the
This is the post-credits.
podcast.
Trip me up with your non-knowledge.
This guy acts like we're not like gonna cut it or something. We're like,
Post-credits podcast. Movie podcast.
Ooh,
time.
okay, cool.
like you're gonna say the words and we're just gonna blop it in later. We never do that. Anyways,
You just say
post credits.
whatever.
That's a good one to start off.
Edit stuff
Yeah,
out of
with
Wall
the
Street.
day
Yeah.
because we saw some.
We're
films.
coming fresh off a movie, aren't we? Aren't we, fellas?
We actually
Oh,
all
yeah.
saw it at the same time.
Yeah, we all saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Dus.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to talk about that a little bit later in this episode.
Of course, we can't just go right to it. I mean, that's the obvious thing to talk about.
Right? So, any movie news for you guys got? Movie news?
I feel like there was one, but now I can't remember it.
No?
So it's completely unimportant.
Alright, so you're going to pass.
No, I'm gonna take my turn still.
Okay. Let's just sit patiently and wait, Brennan. I'm Brad, by the way.
I'm Brennan.
My name's Chadwick.
He's completely correct.
I can't remember. I thought there was something, but I really can't remember.
That's alright, Chadwick. Brennan, how about you?
Ow.
Well, I rewatched the hit classic that is Cat in the Hat.
That's your movie news.
Pretty weak.
That's the news he has to tell the world.
I mean, that's
Is that he watched Cat in the Hat.
the most recent movie. Well, not the most recent. The most recent was Green Room again, but the most recent rewatch movie that I've seen. Other than that, I'm still just totally excited for Spider-Man. Like that is the main movie that I'm just fucking waiting for. The Defenders trailer was cool. That's more a TV show, but like I'm
That's
really
credits.
excited for the I'm really excited for the Defenders. And fucking Alex called it on the way Matt Murdock fucking enters, or the way him and Jessica Jones officially
Tell me about
meet.
Yeah, it's like the only way that makes sense. It's shut up, I'm your lawyer. Like,
Ooh, okay, and then
that's the only way that makes sense. But yeah.
So,
yeah, other than that, no, I've been rewatching. Yeah, oh my god, that movie still holds up. There are some parts.
I disagree.
Disagree.
It's not that good.
First of all, did you know Alec Baldwin was in it? I didn't until I rewatched it.
I
And
did
I've seen that
after
movie
watching it again.
like 1,000 times. I never knew that was fucking Alec Baldwin. There was a time where I just
When
didn't
you're
know
younger,
actors.
no one knows who Alec Baldwin is.
Like, it was crazy. I think there was a point where I was like 15 and I was just walking past my living room and Osmosis Jones was on. A movie that I loved as a kid. But as a 15-year-old, I went and I watched many times as a kid, countless amount of times as a kid. I rewatched a little bit and I was like, holy shit, Chris Rock and Bill Murray are in this? I had no fucking idea. I just knew it went from like real to cartoon. I didn't know what people were back then.
Mm-hmm. And a monkey.
So-
a monkey did this.
So Cat in the Hat was also like back in those days. Like I didn't know who Mike Myers was. I didn't know who Alec Baldwin was. So I never had that moment of like,
There's a time in
holy
everyone's
shit,
life.
Alec Baldwin is in this fucking garbage.
There's a time in everyone's life where they don't know who Alec Baldwin is.
You keep saying that like you're trying to be profound,
It's true.
but it doesn't make much sense.
It's true. There's a
No, it
time
makes
in
total
everybody's
sense.
life where you just like, I don't know.
I mean, newborn babies aren't born into this world knowing who Alec
Even
Baldwin is,
5-year-olds
but
don't know who Alec Baldwin is.
eventually you'll just like come to know him.
That's a fact. People who have memories don't know who Alec Baldwin is.
Okay, I'm
People
starting
who
to
have
disagree with him
memories?
at this
Yeah.
point.
Like I say, I don't know, the 5-year-old,
Okay.
he has a memory or two.
Yeah.
Doesn't know who Alec Baldwin is, maybe.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Still trying to dig out the point.
I'm just talking.
Oh.
I'm in space.
Anyway,
I have no news. You guys
that's
are talking about a movie.
Cat in the
I
Hat
give two shits
interrupted us
about.
to say that. Cat in the Hat has been the second movie so far in my life to be holy shit, Alec Baldwin is in this? Oh my god. The first one, of course, being Beetlejuice.
That's
You
young
kind of
Baldwin.
always forget that he's in that.
I wouldn't. I don't think
Until-
I did. I think when I was younger, I did. 'Cause, like the first time I watched it as an
Because
adult.
it's disappointing.
No, well, the
Wise
first
man
time.
once
That's what I'm
said.
saying. Is that there's the first time, like the first time I watched it as an adult, I was like, oh, that's Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
But then every time
That's
after
our
that, I'm like,
president.
yep, that's the movie he belongs in.
Oh,
Because
okay.
he's Donald
I got
Trump
that.
now. It's like he finds a way to keep in people's hearts.
Movies usually,
Movies.
some kind of film.
But yeah. On the
TV.
real though, I do still kind of think Cat in the Hat holds up. It's probably 100% nostalgia, but
Yeah, no,
the only part I truly disliked, where I was like, that's just fucking stupid, was, again, I like the character where he became like the hillbilly, like, let's take a look under the hood. But he like starts cranking the couch for like ultimate bouncitude, and then he fucking pulls a tennis racket out and then starts beating an elephant with it. That part I thought was a little...
You're like too much.
a little much. The cooking scene though is by far phenomenal still.
Oh man, I don't know. That
Is
movie,
that really what it does? I'll cut you.
it just
I'll make it look like an accident.
the whole thing just seems so like
Why?
yeah, like it's just not unnecessary. The entire film is unnecessary.
See, that's what I love, because me as an adult, I can totally see that now. I can see, but as a kid,
it's just a book that
I
is
was just
never-
like,
it's never meant to be
love the
made
fantasy
into a
of it. I
fucking
loved it.
movie. It's like 16 pages. How long is the Cat in the Hat?
Not long.
Not
It's
long.
like it's so short. It's amazing that they
and
made a
they
movie
also
out of it.
they add elements from Cat in the Hat too, because of course we all know in that classic
I
story,
have not heard of that.
Cat in the Hat comes back.
yeah,
Cat in the Hat.
Cat in the Hat comes back. That's where like the purple slime gets everywhere.
I've literally never. I
and
didn't
you
know that
can't-
was a thing.
You know?
Really? I actually like that one better
There's,
than the
14
original.
Cat in the Hat books.
Okay,
Really?
I didn't know
No,
that.
there's two.
I mean, you could have had me. I would have been like, "That's stupid."
But yeah, no, essentially, I think it starts in like the bathtub as like a new purple soap or something, and it leaves like a soap scum, and he's like, oh, I can get rid of that, and it leaves like a purple splot, and he's like, oh, I can get rid of that, and he takes that splot and like
Oh wait, I have seen that.
airs it out, and then like it's all over the curtains. He's like, oh, I'll get that. And,
I have read that. I remember that now.
yeah, see, they utilize elements from both
Smart.
to make the ultimate movie.
That's pretty smart.
The whole car scene was that was totally director's choice, I think.
What about the random club?
The
that they go
rave?
to? Yeah.
The rave that's just happening inside of a power conduit.
Yeah.
Paris Hilton's there.
Yeah, they go down a pole and it's a party. And Paris Hilton's there. And then
Fuck.
they leave.
Okay,
How do you not remember that part? It's
Okay,
the most
well-
like, what the fuck is happening part of the entire movie.
I
And that
will
movie
say,
is
last time I
horrendous.
rewatched it, I was also playing through the Injustice campaign, trying to get good. And I decided, yeah, I'll just throw that on, because I didn't want to go all the way to my room, get the internet, plug it into my thing, and then go to bed, and then come back out, because I realized I forgot my Ethernet, and it's a whole white person problem. So instead, I just threw on Cat in the Hat and played Injustice.
As any white person would.
That's
Yeah,
their
the
main.
movie's
That's our
just-
main go-to.
I don't know. I also don't like the case. The case of them looking at it's white. I don't like cases like that. They go away
From
from
the DVD case.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
It's
we're
like-
gonna put it in an orange case because we're Nickelodeon. It's like, fuck you. No, it clashes with the entire rest of my library.
He's gonna put it at the end with the Halloween ones.
I don't know. It's
The
just
fish wasn't-
Halloween
the
ones
fact
are
that,
awesome.
that you got to makes me upset.
Yeah.
I wish I had the option to.
That
Still
DVD.
I'm
That
still
DVD
mad
also
about
comes
it.
with.
I don't. It's not, we
You
don't own
haven't
it.
had a VHS in 15 years.
I own one DVD myself, and it's Power Rangers the movie.
And I think it's in my stack of movies, so I
So,
don't think you got
yeah.
anything to worry about.
Still, I don't like it. I don't like the white. He's a black cat.
With what? White
Oh,
face.
White face.
He
I don't know. I
Mike
think black
Myers killed
cases
it.
are important that we need to keep them.
and it's filled with adult jokes.
Well, it has to be. Mike Myers isn't gonna walk onto a set every day and just be like, kid joke. Especially dressed like a giant cat.
His
Super hydraulic
sad
instantaneous transporter. Oh, you mean the SHI? That's comedy.
Technically,
That's
it is.
comedy.
Technically, it
Technically,
is. Yeah. Technically, that's exactly what comedy is.
It's a tragedy.
If you read a
But
book,
it took some
you'll
time.
find it. Cat in the Hat.
Not great.
What's the next Doctor Seuss movie to get made?
After that one?
Yeah, no, but I know they did the Lorax or whatever.
They did Lorax and Dumb, or not.
But I mean,
Dumb,
live action. They haven't done another live action one since that one, right?
That's
been like well, we're not doing that again.
Because the Grinch was before Cat in the Hat, right?
I think it made into a movie.
No, I'm saying that's what's next.
Oh, it's got to be that, or what's the other one? The Places You'll Go.
The Places You'll Go could be cool.
Right.
What's my favorite
One
one?
fish red.
The Sneetches.
Box on Socks.
That fish one.
The Beetle.
How do you make a whole movie about that?
Beetles fight these battles with these paddles in their bottles.
Yeah, I didn't like that book. That was too tongue twistery.
Beetle battle.
But I think the fucking Sneetches will be like a good one for today.
Sneetches? I don't know.
That's the like Star Bellies versus the Circle Bellies or something, and like.
Oh.
And then the Circle Bellies like became Star Bellies, and Star Bellies are like, well, that's not cool anymore. Back and forth. And
so silly, Dr. Seuss.
honestly, like I think that's what Rick and Morty was ripping off when it was like, the Unity episode was like, cone nipples are superior.
Yeah, I think so.
Speaking of things that Rick and Morty ripped off.
Yeah.
My day yesterday, I did a trilogy watch of all of Back to the Future.
Ooh.
And that rewatch of the first movie.
I still need to see the other two.
You should.
It looks interesting. I enjoyed the first one.
But yeah, watching that one again, it's cemented. That is my favorite movie.
Yeah?
Hands down.
What about it?
There's nothing wrong with it. Like, it's just everything about it makes me smile every time. And I had heard that when they were showing people it for the first time, they didn't tell them anything about it. All they were like, hey, the kid from Family Ties and the guy from Cheers is in this movie.
Mm-mm.
And then they sat and watched Back to the Future. So that's the kind of mindset I try to put myself in when watching it this time. I was like, what if I didn't know anything about this movie?
Was that movie before?
I just can't do that. I can't put myself in the mindset of
The Addams Family.
Huh?
Was that movie before The Addams Family?
Yeah, like 10 years. I think
okay, so my timeline's off.
Yeah, I just can't put myself in mindsets like that though for movies, where it's like I'm just gonna try to watch this not knowing, like I don't know that anything. I just because it'll just pop in my head the minute one thing happens that I don't really agree with. I'll just be like, well, and then I'm just back into it and I'm like, well, fuck that idea.
But yeah, intro scenes when Marty's coming into Doc's place and his skateboard rolls underneath Doc's bed and hits the case of plutonium as they're talking about on the radio about how the plutonium was ripped off in a thing linked to a Libyan terrorist group. So immediately what the fuck? What's going on with this plutonium and this old guy that this kid's wanting to hang out with? What's going on here?
It's a good movie. I like that movie a lot. The first one's the only one that really sticks with me. Second one I like just because it's the second one, and I don't like the third one at all, really.
I still enjoy the third one.
The third one just seems like...
Is that the one?
Weird.
Yeah,
and I think that's why it loses me. Is that westerns? I think have to be very real for me to like them.
Yeah.
I don't like spaghetti westerns too much. But you give me a guy who's I have to pick this man up because he's wanted, and then a girl who's say 12, alone, and Matt Damon, and I'm in. You know what I mean?
So how do you feel about Westworld then as a western?
I didn't finish it.
Okay.
So and I didn't want to, and I was bored I didn't like that show, honestly. It just lost me so hard that I just didn't watch it. I understand that it was probably good, but it's so boring. Do something with these characters.
I get it, but I stuck it out till the end. They finally did something with the characters, and I thought the concept was way too cool.
I like the concept.
Holy shit!
It just did not get there.
I thought they did a really good job of this is a fucking RPG that you're playing. All these NPCs here.
I think they did too much of that, though. It's I get it. It's a game. Can the game happen? Can we show them playing a little bit more of the game? I feel like I was just about to get there, but it had already lost me, and I was like,
see, man, you would have
not into it.
I feel like with that, you would have hated Game of Thrones right off the bat. You'd been like, winter's coming, awesome. And then 4 episodes
Game of
later,
Thrones,
where the fuck is
they
winter?
kept pushing these characters and making them do things. Throughout the first season, they're doing things. The characters are also more interesting than robots who just put on personalities to me. Yeah. Game of Thrones at least is people.
Yeah.
This is a show about robots who have to try to be people. But then, now they are people. I don't know.
Like I said, I didn't watch the show.
didn't watch the show. I might if it's on in
Consciousness
front
is
of
a
me.
maze, and if you find the center, you rule Westworld or whatever.
I don't think consciousness is a maze either. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't like that.
I don't.
I hate that more than white cases.
I hate that way more than white cases. No, I don't know.
Anyway,
I-
Back to the Future 3. Still good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I just don't know.
See, I've only seen the first one, and they do a really good job of like, if your average Joe Schmo could time travel, this is the kind of fun things he do. It's like, oh, you may want to bang your mom, and then you stop your mom from being raped,
Fun things you do.
and then
It's just a fun time
jam
traveling
out,
thing
just
to
like
do.
jam out to a fucking song that you know
Yeah,
exists but
okay.
doesn't exist yet.
That's another thing that I was paying attention to was the timeline of that final night. And I just love the fact that Marty's dad knocks out Biff around 9:05. Then he gets up on stage to play the dance. He starts to disappear. And then he miraculously comes back after George finally kisses Lorraine. So let's say that's about 9:15. Lightning is going to strike the clock tower at 10:04. So at that point, he's got 49 minutes until he's supposed to be at his only shot to travel through time again to get home. But he's not going to resist the chance to play one kick-ass fucking Chuck Berry song in front of this crowd of kids. Because that is his dream.
And that's fair. Like I've honestly had like sort of fantasies like throughout high school of like, oh, it'd be cool if there was like a show and I just fucking got up and showed the fucking school what I could do.
I never had that. I had more of like, what if we all broke out into a full-on High School Musical right now? I was the lead. That'd be dope.
That was in blue.
That was at least Corbin Blue. At the very most, that was the Fs.
Zachy F?
Zachy fucking Fs. That was him. And at the very, very least, I was the Hudgens. I was Vanessa in my head sometimes. Anyways, high school was crazy.
Okay. I think it's time we get into the main top. Pick.
Top pick. I like that. I like that little.
You talking about Guardians?
Yeah.
Guardians!
Sorry. I missed
Little
it.
Groot!
But he thought it was on.
But he thought it was a
Yeah.
thing. He thought it was on point.
Yeah. Anyway, they're back.
And with fire.
Yeah.
It's a fire of a film. It's really good.
There was so should we say like a good spoiler alert right now, or should we try to do it without spoilers? Just sort of talk about.
Well, we've all seen it.
I mean, we have all seen it.
I don't believe in spoilers. It's like if you can't enjoy the movie after someone explained how awesome something is, then what's wrong with you? I don't know.
Okay, so spoiler alert, just in
All
case.
right, always just say that, I guess, and you'll be fine. But also, don't go looking for things of things you haven't seen.
I've had
I don't.
make a good point.
And if you do go looking for those things, you did.
I've had a day to like sort of
You got used to it.
think on Guardians of the Galaxy and everything, and boy, I
Volunteer.
want to fucking see that again. That movie has sat very well with me.
Yeah.
It's a movie that I would love to see again, just because I really liked how it looked. I loved every bit of watching the movie. I thought like it was just so vibrant. Like
Yeah,
I could watch
everything
that film.
about the color palette was amazing.
Characters were great looking. Like everyone's design was on point. I even think Star-Lord, like his new like hair coif that he's kind of had going on.
He's also got like
I don't
the
know,
pointy
like,
sideburns and
I was
mustache.
way more on board with these characters this time around than I was the first time. I think it's because, like I said before, I fucking hate origin stories.
That's
I
true.
don't like them, and this was not that. It was like
No,
here,
you picked it up
we
in
know
the
who these
middle of
people
the battle.
are. Fucking go at it, and I fucking loved it. You know.
I love too, especially that first fucking scene with like Groot dancing to Mr. Blue Sky. I like the fact that Marvel has gotten to the point where like, all right, so we're gonna spend like $2 million on the CGI monster, and we're not gonna focus on it for the first like 10 minutes of the film. It's gonna be happening, but that is gonna be a
I
blurry
think
back
even
shot.
by just doing that though, it added to the characters again. Because
Yeah.
it's like, look how badass these guys are. That they're just. This is just like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're like they gotta handle this interdimensional being. Why? Because
The batteries.
because
You gotta protect the batteries.
Why? Well, because we're trying to get this other bitch so we can give him to these people so that we can. Like, it's the whole thing, all right? We're favors on favors, but like, yeah, that just added to the whole thing. It's like, wow, this isn't even important to them, really. It's just like,
Or at least to Groot.
yeah, they're just here because they have to be in a way. Because it's just the cards fell, and they're like, yeah, fuck it, whatever, handling it.
And I also like too
Handling it.
how they did, like after that fight, how Rocket took the batteries. Like that just totally seems like something in the alley, but they still made it like a point to be like, those batteries are also like gonna affect the movie. It's not just like a one-off thing he did just for like a comedy. Like that's gonna play a role in the movie. That's gonna get all these guys against you.
Tiny McGuff
Yeah.
from Tiny Raccoon.
Fuck. And some
Regular
of the-
size raccoon, I suppose.
Like yeah, that movie also was
Yeah,
just
bigger.
not afraid to look like a comic. Like Alex.
Yeah, like so many scenes of shots in that, I was like, wow, that seems like a comic book panel. The part where Rocket's launching the guys up into the air left and right, I was like,
Fuck, that was a cool.
that's like one panel their left, one panel their right, and then him laughing.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, wow, that's a comic book. That's so fucking cool.
And also that fucking scene was so cool. The way they just like did it all. Like, oh okay. Oh, of course Rocket has like traps laid up around the ship. Oh fuck, he's ahead of the game. He's up in the trees watching this. Oh shit.
And he just beats the shit out of that guy. I was like, ha! Just beats the shit out of it, dude. With with one hand, he's just. Oh man, that was great.
Dude, that scene in the fucking Yondu and Rocket scene was just.
I think
so
that was
bad.
the one.
Oh, they're
Those
like
were the
escaping.
scenes.
I really like that because it just.
Those were
That
the
was-
scenes I didn't need, honestly. It was the ones with, like, two characters looking at each other and it's like, ba-da-da. I was like, eh.
No, I really like.
Especially with Yondu.
I really like the scene of. They showed
point?
They made it like a point to show you the layout of everything. Like it just took a room and zoomed it the fuck out so you could see the map of where they're killing all these fucking people at. Like you got a really good sort of lay of the land.
Oh, that scene. I thought you were talking about like, the scene where, like, Yondu was like, you're me.
Oh no, that was.
I was so, like, the emotional ones were like that. I was like,
Yeah,
we
the
already
emotional-
did this!
Yeah, the emotional things I already did. You're always going to be a sister. Sorry, quit hugging. Just fucking fight something.
Oh, I liked that about the film. It
I did too. It's one of those things on second
like,
run I think I'll appreciate.
started on the gas with that action sequence in the beginning, and then just took its foot off, and like, okay, we're gonna spend a lot of time with just the characters. Just get more about them and how close they are with each other and how important they are.
It just seemed a bit obvious.
I
though.
do
It's
like-
we know Star-Lord loves Gamora. We know that Gamora has feelings for Star-Lord. We know that. Like, we don't need to have like a deep conversation where at the end is like the music plays pretty much and they're looking at each other like, we understand better. It's like,
See,
yeah.
that's the thing, though. That's the thing that I actually liked about that movie is the fact that it didn't feel like they dwelled on that.
No,
And,
I did.
like,
I was like,
like
okay.
in the first one, it felt like like how Peter Quill sacrificed himself. Essentially, like he thought he was going to die to save Gamora and stuff. Like none of that shit was really in the second one. He's like, the second one's more like there's something unspoken here, right? And she's like, nah. And then by the end, she's like, yeah. But like they don't
See, I gotta watch
kiss.
the movie
They don't really
because
get close
there's
besides
another-
like the dancing scene.
I'm not even talking about that tonight. There's another scene where like they're having like an argument. I gotta watch the movie again because there's a scene where they're having like an argument, then words are said, and then like they just stare at each other, and it's like they get it. Like both of them are like, oh, and it's like.
See, I like that, but they didn't
Okay,
like.
whatever.
Okay, we need to have them like, we need to have them be like fucking by this point in the movie. They didn't care about that. They're just like their romance didn't really progress as much, or
That's
as
what I'm
far
saying,
as
is
saying like
It seems
there
like,
is an unspoken thing. She is into him. He's into her. Obviously,
but like we knew that.
But-
though, like that's why those moments. I was
we
like,
don't
okay,
we don't get that
yeah.
too much in the first one. I'd say.
So it's so implied it hurts. It's like
There's a scene where they're really close in dancing, but then she breaks away, and then from there you're not really sure. He just keeps.
I don't know about
sacrificing.
that.
like
He literally
he's-
sacrifices himself.
Yeah, he's got
to
the hots
save her.
for her, and then he does
Yeah.
that.
It's like,
But
well, that's
two,
clearly
you find
why.
out
And
she
it's
has
like,
hots
okay,
for him.
he definitely likes her. But
See, I feel like I saw like I was like, well, yeah, they probably like each other. I feel like they liked each other in the first one. I saw that. You guys didn't see that they liked each other in the first one? You're saying
Well,
you saw
yeah, I
nothing
did,
from
but
Gamora?
the fact that nothing happens and nothing continues to happen, like
See, I would say something definitely
there's
does happen.
two movies
Gamora,
now where nothing
I would
happens
say something
between them.
definitely does happen.
Like, they don't
so
kiss,
she,
they don't fuck.
She gets, he saves her life. Then, like, right after that, it's, like, no longer even about, like, really anything other than, like, them working together. Like, she's all about working with Peter.
Yeah,
Like,
but
you
by
notice
that
So,
point,
like,
but
right
by
now, it's
that
like, oh, so
point,
she's into him.
but by that point, it's all about Peter saying how much, like, you know, we're a bunch of losers. We've lost all these things in life. We
I'm
need
talking
to.
like right after they land, he gets brought on the ship after he saves her
Well, no,
life.
'cause that's all Yondu
They're
and
like
Peter
right
shit.
there. She's right there with him. She's like, I'm with this guy. Like I saw it in her face. I saw it in how the body language and everything. I was like,
But right
okay,
when he
so
saves her
together.
too, though, he's like, yeah, "I just felt something to me that was incredibly heroic," and Gamora's like, "Ugh," and she's like over it already. And then before they could even do anything, Yondu's like got Peter Quill up against the wall.
The minute they were on the balcony in nowhere, I was like, okay, so they're the ones who are together.
Yeah.
So I didn't need
And again,
it.
they had
I just
another
feel like
scene
you
like
just
that.
don't need
they
those
had another
anymore
scene on that
after
in the second one in Ego, where they're dancing. Yeah, and then it doesn't, like nothing.
I kind of
Yeah, it does. It goes into
I
them
also
talking about
count-
he's your dad. Like it's like the argument on that.
When I watched that scene, I'm like, this is Peter just like totally trying to prove to Drax, oh no, she's a dancer. Going back to their scene before, he's like, well, clearly she's not for you.
There's a lot of ulterior motives going on, always.
I don't know. It's fun. I don't know. The relationship stuff is just like with like the deep meaningful things. It always just feels a little too spoon fed whenever it comes up in those movies. Like it always feels like, okay, these two characters in a room, and now we're gonna get emotional. Like you know it's gonna happen because two people are in a room with no guns.
Isn't that exactly how it usually happens in the comic books?
Well, I don't really pay attention to the emotions in comic. It just see like they don't come across. I wouldn't say they come across like that in comic books. Like though, like it's the movies. It's different.
I think so. At least in the X-Men comic books, in my experience, I got a lot of emotional sap like that when I went through like a couple X-Men read-throughs that honestly kind of brought me out. Like Scott or Cyclops talking to the Diamond Lady. Any fucking scene with them is just like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, but we should fuck. Nah. Like just filled with that, like arms wrapped around each other, this close from kissing, and he just. Ugh. That was astonishing X-Men, whichever one was Josh Whedon.
I don't think I read that one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was filled with that, and I was like, bleh.
I also think though it goes by faster. Like there's no moments of silence because the moments of silence in a comic book you can go no more silence.
That's
so
fair.
It's like there's the emotion levels
like that whole
like it goes like this.
That whole dancing scene with Gamora may have been like
it's one
5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, but in a comic book,
it's not even a
that'd
page.
be over.
It's like and then
I mean, like dance.
And they're here, but like switch sides each time, and it's like okay, it's done.
And you read all these panels here, and they're already
all the emotion
scene,
in
this
any
one's
comic book. It comes from like the last page where like it's the cliffhanger, and you're like, well, I gotta dwell on what that's gonna do. Like that's the only bit of emotion I ever get out of a comic book.
I think you're just heartless, Alex.
Again,
I'm probably bitter as fuck. Yeah.
My
I just
biggest,
don't like love at this
my
point
biggest problem with Guardians of the Galaxy is the fact that they have the audacity to give you 5 after credit scenes instead of the normal 2.
I didn't mind that. I mean, they were just little jokes.
I do like the fact that
there was 2 though that weren't
I mean,
little
the fact
jokes.
that you
I feel like
have
they could've
5
put
in the
them
credits
movie.
means you're not just sitting there with your thumb up your ass waiting for the end for one.
I just think that at least 2 of those things could have been in the movie at the end rather than like running any credits. Because there are still people who are like, all right, I'm getting up and I'm leaving.
I'm still one of those guys though who
I still think credits are part of the movie.
Regardless of how many scenes there are, I just don't want to wait the full credits. I would prefer it if it's like, and that's the movie. Here's 5 extra scenes, credits. You can leave right at the start of those credits. I don't know.
I don't like. I think it's fine to have the scenes after like the story and everything, but to show all the people who worked on the film and everything, and then show like Stan Lee doing that thing. I was like, that doesn't need to be. One didn't really need to be there. I don't know. It doesn't add anything, but it could have been like you do the main cast, right? It's like a quick credit to the main cast, and then you showed like those random scenes, and then the credits. So people just know when to leave. It's more of like a thing of like, people don't know when to fucking get out of the movie theater now.
Yeah.
They just don't know when to leave because it's like...
Every movie feels the need to have an after credit scene and be 2 hours long at least now.
So it's not...
But that's definitely not gonna happen. So I would much rather at least be scattered throughout the credit sequence, so I'm at least a bit more entertained.
Yeah.
I just think the credits are like when I'm done with the movie. It's like I'm like, okay.
I've never sat through a credit sequence until Marvel movies came along.
And I would say that I've never sat through the credits and then saw those scenes and been like, I'm so happy I watched that scene.
Yeah.
They're always disappointing to me. I'm always like...
No, I always enjoy them when they pop on, but...
I don't. I don't... What's the word I'm looking for? I don't...
Disenjoy.
That's the word?
No.
No. I don't think it was.
But it sounds like it.
It's like I don't not enjoy... There we go. I don't not enjoy them. It's just that they're so unsubstantial to the rest of the movie that I'm like, oh, why did I wait for that? The fact that I had to wait for anything made me go, that was pointless.
I do really like Stan Lee's cameo, though, in this one. Because it is just a cameo, but this one at least gives a little more story of, like, oh, fuck, he's like, fucking around with the Watchers. And his line, when they went, like, flying through, he's like, so anyways, I was a postman at that time, and blah, blah, like, referring to one of his old cameos, like, he's fucking working. He's working with the Watchers, yo.
It seems like he was captured by the Watchers to ask about probably an event that happened that they weren't there for, but he was there for.
I honestly did. I honestly liked his first cameo more than the after credit scene. I didn't like the fact that the Watchers just got up and walked away. He's like, guys, I have more stories. I would have liked more if the Watchers are like, thank you for telling us. This is why we fucking sent you out to the world. To fucking be all these people and
well, see, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying is I don't think he was sent out by them to be these people. I think he's a guy that had all these jobs, and they're just like, we'll talk to this guy. I really don't like. That's why he's like, where are you going? Where you got? I got all these stories because he's just a guy.
I didn't think of it like that. I didn't think of it like that. I thought of it more of like the Watchers asked him to go watch over Earth while they take care of the universe or something, or like they created him or something.
No,
like the Watchers created Stan Lee to go watch over the MCU.
I saw that and I was like, yeah, it looks like Stan Lee got captured by these guys because they need information from him, because that's all the Watchers do is keep they look at everything that's happening so that it was seen. It's like all they do.
I don't know anything about the Watchers, but I thought the movie was good.
Good
movie.
I liked
it. I like how it continued the trend of the Guardians that they're really unique Marvel movies. Like, they don't follow the same cookie cutter BS. It's very...
And this one I'd say gave even less, because at least like in the first one, Thanos got up and had a couple lines. But
yeah, I'd say this movie added almost
he was
nothing.
No, it was just a story that was wanting to be told.
It was a one-off. It was a one-off.
And
no
that's
event.
Fantastic.
No events in this involved.
Because we all know next year's Infinity War, right?
Yes.
I don't think I'm ready for that movie, dude.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like fucking...
I'll tell you what I am ready for. Spider-Man Homecoming, which I saw a sneak peek for today.
Oh, gosh.
It was like the whole scene of him like sneaky... oh, wait, no, you haven't... You're saving the trailer. Never mind. It is a little scene, though. It's pretty dope.
Alright, way to end it strong, Brennan.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that's it.
Yeah.
We should probably wrap it up. Move on. Next month, we will probably be talking...
What comes out?
What does come out this month?
Next month is June, right?
Yeah, by June 2nd. Yeah, I really don't know.
Pirates? I still need to see Pirates 1 through 4.
I think this is the lull. Is there a lull between now and then? There's gotta be something.
I don't know. Next thing I know is like
Spider-Man and Star Wars.
Wonder Woman's not until June 12th.
Oh shit!
That's the next big one, I think.
Huh. I guess, yeah, we'll find something.
Yeah.
Usually.
Alright. I've been Brad.
The my legs.
And I also have been Brennan.
Chadwick, whatever you want.
Not anymore.
Oh yeah, Chadwick. And good night, everybody. I missed completely.
Yeah, but he edited it.